Jain. I am from KV Tumkur. I am from Karnataka state and this is my model. Before I explain this model, I want to tell a few words about these two charts. And there in the first chart, and here in this first chart we can see the pictures of water shortage problem faced in India till today, even after taking many precautions. In the first picture and here in this picture we can see the writings written in Kannada, which means save every drop of water because every drop of water is precious. And here in the second picture, which is a unique picture and this can't be seen by anyone most probably. And here we can see a man who is bending on his knees and he is licking the water which is spilled on the muddy ground. But in this we can see two things, that is all the ground around is completely dry. Only in this particular portion water is there. It clearly shows that someone has wasted the water over there, but there are people who are not even getting a single drop of water. And here in this picture and the first picture we can see the two different ways by which ourselves people we are polluting the water. And here in this chart we can see the pictures of the olden methods, how the people in the olden days stored the water. In the first two pictures we can see there are two palaces and these two palaces are situated in the middle of the reservoir so that that palace can be kept cool in the summer days. And here are few pictures of palace which were, and these reservoirs were used as a swimming pools for queens and princes, and they used it as the swimming pools in those days. And these were very eco-friendly for the environment and were very helpful because they stored the water that can be used by the people of that kingdom or that citizens, all the citizens of that place. But we can't use the same methods in the modern days, so we have to find some alternate methods to save water. One such method is drip irrigation, which we all know, but here it is another method which is automatic drip irrigation, in which I have used the solar energy to save electrical energy. Here is a solar panel which gives an output of 12 volts and this solar panel is connected to the circuit and this battery is charged from the solar energy. When we connect this battery to the circuit, it passes through the regulator and it is regulated to DC 5 volt supply because the motor I have used here is having the capacity of only 5 volt supply. And here when we connect this battery to the circuit, the motor starts working and water is passed through these pipes. And in the same way, here is a sensor wire which is kept near the roots of the plants, trees or crops. And when this sensor wire senses the moisture or water in the ground, automatically the motor stops working. And when this sensor wire senses the dryness in the soil, automatically the motor starts working and water is passed through these pipes. The second most important problem which we are facing in India is the electricity problem. So we can use the same solar energy for glowing the bulbs and for many other purposes where we are using electrical energy. And in India, 22% of the land is covered by natural vegetation, but it should be at least 33% for good environment. And India is the second most populated country in the world, so the large population requires a large amount of food. This is mainly grown by the farmers in the fields. But nowadays the wild animals are attacking on the farms or the fields for various other reasons. So to avoid this, the farmers are putting up electrical fencings by which the animals, humans and all the other living organisms are affected by the electric shock and are harmed by this. So to avoid this, this is a touch sensitive fencing in which I have used the battery charged by the solar energy. And when we connect this battery to the circuit, electricity is not passed through these fencing wires, but only sensors are passed through the fencing wires. And here when we touch the fencing wire, it just produces sound but it doesn't give out any electric shock, or it is not harmful to the people, animals or for all the other living organisms. If we use electrical fencings, we can save only the crops and the loss that the farmer has to pay. But in this touch sensitive fencing, we can save the life of animals, the harms that other people and all other organisms has to pay, and the life of animals and the crops and the loss that the farmer has to pay. And here is one more chart in which we can see the pictures, many pictures, and this particular picture is having the picture of the earth and all other living organisms and gives a thing that it gives a moral that all the living organisms on this earth should live in unity and all are one. We have to live with all those thing, and we have to live in unity. And here we can see the picture of nuclear power stations, and there are 440 nuclear power stations on this earth in the whole world, in which 59 are in France and 21 nuclear power stations are in India. And here are some pictures of people affected by endosulfan. This was a spray sprayed for the crops to save the crops from the pest, but still today, even after many years, the people are facing these problems. And here not only these problems, but also if we don't adopt all these techniques, if we don't save all these things, we will face many other natural disasters like heavy rainfall and overflow of rivers in Kedarnath, which we saw just a few days or a few months before, and damages in the ozone layer, wildfire in America, melting of ice cubes in Alps of Europe, tsunami in Japan, Indonesia, and many other natural disasters. And not only that, if we adopt all these techniques, at least in India, that is automatic drip irrigation, in which we can save water by using lights for solar, using solar energy for glowing the bulbs, and for other purposes where we are using electrical energy and touch sensitive fencing, we can make India a country in the whole world which is free from the problems like water shortage problem, electricity problem, and we can make India a country rich in natural vegetation and wildlife. Thank you.